I was just doing the math. I was thinking about it. I've known Puna for 15 years now, and we used to always joke about being UFC fighters, being UFC champs, and now we're doing it. So he's making his debut this Saturday, and I can't be more happier for him. And then he's been really putting in that work, and he's undefeated now. He's looking to stay undefeated, and I'm excited for him to get his hand raised.
Oh, what the? Hold on. Same. Man, Puna. God, what a story that guy is, you know? He's one of the most calm individuals I've ever been around as far as, like, even in the back. I remember the first time I was with him for, I think it was World Series at the time. And I was surprised, like, does this guy know he's fighting? You know, he was so calm and so collective, and then once he started getting his hands wrapped, you started seeing the change in his demeanor. I was like, oh shit, this guy's gonna go in there and fucking kill somebody. And sure enough, he did, and then right away, man, he was just right back to being, you know, soft-spoken, loving, joking, charismatic Puna that we all know. So, you know, he's been one of those guys that, he's been the consummate teammate. He's been here for everybody's camp. He's helped out Brad Tavares, Ty Gwerder, Uriah Hall, all the boys in that weight division. And, you know, now it's time for him to shine. You know, and I'm excited for him. So it's gonna be a good debut for him.
He kind of came from Dan Ige. He came here and he's like, hey, my buddy's moving here. He doesn't really have a coach. He wrestled, and he's like, you want to work with him? I was like, sure. And we just started working ever since. Super talented. Try to do 2 sessions a week with him. And Ray started helping out, and Eric and Dennis and all the boys here at Extreme running practice. So super athletic, super happy for the kid. Had tremendous cracks, so super excited for him this weekend.
You know, at first it was a bummer. I went through a really hard camp and I was ready. I was fired up. I was ready to travel and fight. But things happen for a reason, and I'm actually happier to be fighting here. My family can get to see my debut. My girl can see it, and I'm just ready to get after it.
So I've known Puna for years. He helped me years ago get ready, and he was one of my main sparring partners. And as soon as I started sparring with the kid, he was like one of those guys you just see right away. He's got it. He's got the talent. He can fight. So seeing him making his debut now is just like it's coming to full fruition. You know, it's really about him just going out there and just doing what he do. The hardest thing about making your debut is doing the same things that you do in training that he did on me in sparring, is him doing it on Saturday night. But I feel like he gonna stay cool, calm, collected. He gonna get it done.
Puna's 1 year younger than me, and you know, we had a very similar path. So we went to high school, started wrestling together. I went to college, wrestled in college. He came, wrestled at the same college. He finished school there. I came back, started fighting MMA. He came, I invited him to MMA practice. He started training MMA, and then eventually had his first fight. Then I moved to Vegas, and I told Puna, I was like, you gotta move to Vegas, man. You know, this is, got a lot of bodies over here, you know, good training. So he eventually moved to Vegas, and you know, we almost have the exact same path. He fought on the Contender Series, got picked up, and now he's making his debut. So, you know, one advice I could give to Puna is just go out there and be himself, man. You know, don't try to be anyone else, and do the thing he does best, and that's go out there and freaking kill a dude.
Advice, just enjoy yourself. This is what you love to do, and you do it every single day. But this time you get to do it, and you get to make money for it. And then people cheer for you. He's gonna do great. He's a little bear.
They kind of just been giving me advice throughout the camp, just basically stay me, do my thing, you know? It's another fight at the end of the day. Of course, it's on the biggest stage, but it's another fight, so we're treated as such.
You know, I think with Puna himself in this example that we're talking about, his personality is so even keel, right? And I think that is going to help him a ton, because the highs are highs and the lows are lows, but for him, he kind of stays in that mid ground. So I'm looking forward to seeing the way he kind of reacts, being the first fight of the night. I think it's going to take a little bit of the pressure off of him, being at home and being comfortable. It's not a road trip. We don't have to cut weight somewhere else. We don't have to prepare anywhere else. You get to do it all in the luxury of your own home. So I think with these things, these elements kind of added in, it should take a little bit of the pressure off of Puna. But again, I mean, to me, it's more the mental warfare the week of and trying to prep them and get those guys ready. But I mean, he's got some great coaches here, and Ray Seffel will be there too, and Ray's done it all. So I think just with that group around him, we're going to be able to take care of him.